Hey guys, Beeves here with another Mew Legends video. Just because I absolutely love this game and it's free. It's one of those games that is so good that I feel guilty for playing it for free, so I want to spend money in it. But yeah. So, level 65. What the shit do you do? So, obviously, the first chunk of the game originally was your character from 1 to 65. And there is a shit ton of level 65 endgame content. And the game is designed around you doing some of that, because once you get to the 65 to 70 content, it's really difficult. I mean, you can get to level 65. You do get some gifts, so you get some really good items and things to move on to that content, but it's still difficult. I managed quest through the first area, getting to the first dungeon, and just kind of putting my way through that first dungeon. It was difficult, but I made it through to the boss, and then the boss was impossible. So I knew I needed to dig into this endgame content a little bit more and strengthen my character, because I literally would have been fighting that boss for like 2 hours. It was ridiculous. So, if you are level 65, things that you need to start looking into. Your artifact. But, most importantly, if there's one tip I would tell every single player of Mew Legend, it is to use and focus on your guide as soon as possible. So we're going to go to the main menu here, or the F10 shortcut, and we're going to look at this guide. So most of the times in your guide, it's just like helpful tips and things. Your guide in this game gives you rewards, very important rewards, and it also guides you along the path of that level 65 endgame content. And I'll show you kind of that here. The guide begins to introduce you to the Room of Duty and opening a pet chest. So all of the additional systems in the game are kind of explained through this guide, and you're kind of taken through a tutorial, but also the tutorial is really actually assisting you in progress through the end game. So Fabrice's Garden at level 1, it's you can actually start doing this at level 25 or 35, I believe. And skipping skill crest, obviously you can do that at lower levels. Lunaria's Vault, that one might be the 35 one. Endless Tower, I believe, is 65. So that's kind of the first one that you have to be kind of at the end game to do. But that's only the 8th step of these 5. Okay, it's the 8th part of the first step of these 5 steps, which I think was originally, or I guess it's not geared around level 65 content, because it does progress you through the story as well. So if you haven't messed with the guide at all, start doing it now at the end game. I didn't do mine at all until I got 65, so like I wasn't behind. It didn't really matter. Those first few quests you can do in no time at all. So the Endless Tower, floor 10, is that's the first step. You do have that level 65 requirement. But so complete the Endless Tower, talk to the merchant, upgrade your wings, craft an artifact, talk to the alchemy merchant. These are all very important systems that really strengthen your character. Just doing this first step, I believe I was able to play through that dark green shadows, that's what it's called, very easily. So, and there are 24 parts of just that first step, but it goes through basically introducing you and starting to get the leveling up process of all of those other systems going, and then it leads you into actually completing that first dungeon. It also, even like the complete 3 local quests, it even takes you into that area, so you can start doing the story quest. And local quests, I have found out, are the purple timed event quests in the area. I've done some of those blue side quests in the area, and they did not count towards the progress of this. One great thing I did notice is that this has like a 3 of 3 counter. So if you go to the area and you do one purple quest, you will actually be able to look back at your guide, and it should show you that progress of 1 of 3 completed. And then obviously once you complete that, it basically recycles. So it'll take you to step 2. You're going to be doing all of the things that you did previously in step 1. However, now there's either a higher difficulty cap, like Fabrice's Garden at level 3, or it's going to something like the Endless Tower, where now instead of level 10, it's level 20. And I think at some point the people you talk to change, like the Endless Tower Merchant I think was the same. You're going to be crafting a different artifact each time, I believe. I haven't got through all of them, so I don't know if that's true or not. But the rewards that you get for this guide are insane, and that's like where so much of your strength comes from. And yes. So, the guide, super important. Are you guys getting this yet? Level 65, start to progress on your guide. It's how you learn how to do everything in this game. And it is so insanely helpful. The one issue, or one thing you have to be very, very aware of, is each step or part of the guide will lead into the next part. So, for example, let's go to where I am right now. So, complete the Endless Tower level 30 floor.
I'm sure
level 30 or higher. So I just did that. So we're going to take a look at the next step, which is talk to the Endless Tower Merchant. So we're going to mount up here real quick. We're going to go to the Endless Tower Merchant, which is this blue crystal-y thingy. And we're going to talk to him. So I didn't get the progress on my mission, which happens a lot if you don't know. So we're going to look back at my guide. Complete Endless Tower. Okay, yeah, I did that. Talk to the Endless Tower Merchant, which I just did. There's no progress because I have not claimed the reward. Guys, do not forget to claim your reward. If you don't claim the reward, you will have to do the mission over again. Or I don't know. So the most important ones are like, so say equip a skill crest, and then complete Lunaria's Secret Vault level 5. So if I had forgot to claim the reward after doing my skill crest, which I've done this like 6 times, which is why I'm stressing it. So I went and run Lunaria's Secret Vault. Boom, level 5, no problem, done. Oh my god, I forgot to claim my reward. Now I have to wait until tomorrow to rerun Lunaria's Secret Vault, or use a premium item just to unlock that so I can run it and keep progressing on my guide today, like if that's what I'm doing right now. So we'll do that. Yeah, so I just claimed those rewards. So now we can see that I'm actually on talk to the Endless Tower Merchant. The other thing you look at is if you saw it turn orange there. Blah, where's that menu? Quit running away. Guide. And yeah, so it actually turned like orange and the check mark. So now we're going to talk to him. Boom, that's what we're looking for. Linda's Progress Training. Talk to that dude. Talk to the Endless Tower Merchant.
Here's a bullet point
Look at those 600.
See? So easy to understand.
And 10 wing evolution stones, which is 10 levels, which is crazy. Because I think the last time I did this, I got 5. So it's way more way more evolution stones than I think I'm gonna ever need. I could be wrong, but I think somewhere in here I also got a second set of wings. So you will get your permanent progression wings at level 65. That is something else that I kind of stumbled through the internet. There was a lot of people saying it was like at level 25 or 35. And I think a lot of that information that was out there was from the beta. So just so you know, you get your permanent wings at level 65 after you've completed your 3 ultimate skill quests, whatever they're called. Let's bring that up here. Expert skill quests, excuse me. So your reward for the 3rd expert skill is going to be those wings at level 65. Just FYI. So, yeah, so like I said, that guide, just do that guide. It'll tell you everything you need to know. But that's where you'll start working on your artifact. You'll start to get all of those items to upgrade your wings. As you saw, my reward for that last one was the wing evolution stone and all those stones to start upgrading my wings. That's how they're already at tier 2. Because if you look at some of the dungeons as your crafting or upgrade material sources, I don't think I've ever gotten evolution stone from running what is it, the Endless Tower, I think is where you're supposed to find the wing upgrades. And yeah, I've never found one in the dungeon as many times as I've ran it, which really isn't that many since I'm still kind of new to this. But I've gotten them all from the guide. So it's super helpful. The other thing too is I wanted to mention the skill crests, and that's, you get a shit ton of skill crests from these. So 5.
See this?
So
It's something you can't do
15
without.
skill crest cubes from doing this reward at step 3. At step 2, I think it was yeah, it was only 3 sets of 2, and I think in this one it was just the plain 3. So that was one of the other things too, is one of the first things you notice in the game is that you can modify your skills with the skill crests, but you will probably not find an actual upgrade for any of those crests until you start focusing on your guide at the end game at level 65. And we're gonna kind of open, or I did just open a bunch of them. So as you can see here, Swift Crest for whatever, Focus Strikes. I don't really use that skill. The great thing about that is, since I do have so insanely many in my inventory, you can right click it and just hit spacebar to register it, as opposed to actually equipping it. So there's kind of some, I appreciate how that's easy, but if I look at this Shatter, penetration rate by 15, it's green, it's a really good crest. So we're gonna right click, we're gonna do register and OK. This will actually open up the skill, and if I wanted to equip that, I could do that right from here. I like my lower MP cost, and oh, I actually do have Shatter 10% because it was one of the first ones I think I got, so why not upgrade that to the 15%? Boom, there we go. And I just made a mistake, not even on purpose that time, I think, because, okay, never mind. I need to enchant wings. I thought I needed to equip a skill crest for my quest. But Shatter, let's look at that one. That one I might actually need. Oh, I would if I had used that enough. Critical damage by 15, that is pretty good as well. I shouldn't be doing this while trying to make an informational video because I haven't looked through these yet, but so we're gonna stop there. But as you can see, all of these set items I got, they're that +7, which if you see that +7, you probably know I got them from the level 65 crest reward, which is dumb and then awesome. I would relate it to doing seasonal quests in Diablo 3, where like you can get that free set if you do the quest. So I mean, I guess it's not really like that, because all you got to do is level up to 65, and then it's like, boom, here's one of the best items in the game, and we're gonna upgrade it, which is a little silly. But without that, I really don't think you could start to dig into the post level 65 content. There would be, I don't know, I think at that point there would be a little bit of a wall if they just didn't give these amazing items to you. And then the set accessories I've got, I don't know where I got those. They don't give those to you. So that's like, those are my first accomplishments. I'm like, these are the best items I've actually achieved in the game myself. So that's cool. And Sunrise level 100, I didn't even really have to grind that out, because right now they have the Legend of Dice Helper, and I think that's actually how I got those to level 100. I could be wrong. Maybe there's rewards from the guide as well. I know there are a number of artifact upgrade items from the guide. For sure 40, but I also think 60, which is like running the labyrinth. You'll probably end up grinding out lots of labyrinth runs, which is one of the good things, is because it's one of those you can run an infinite amount of times. And there's definitely a reason behind that. But if you have any questions about Endgame, throw them down in the comments below. Again, really all you need to take away from this is focus on that guide, because once I started like really focusing on that, it became apparent that I was growing a lot stronger very quickly. And there was only one other streamer that I really found. I hopped in his stream. I was like, hey, what would you recommend at level 65? I was like, would you do the guide? And he's like, yes, absolutely. Yes, do the guide. It's super important. Which is just kind of reaffirmed my suspicions of this is the most important progression tool in the game. So, yes. I don't know. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you have any comment or questions, send them below. I'll try and help. There's still some systems in the game that are kind of lost on me, but also some of them only come into play at level 70. So obviously, I'm 67. I haven't had any familiarity with that yet. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.